So today, I kind of just want to talk about Xaku and the Steel Path because after I reconfigured my build for Xaku, him in the Steel Path is kind of hilarious because it absolutely trivializes the entire thing. Because 100% defense reduction on the enemies is kind of ludicrous, especially with the amount of range I have. It's not as much range as I would like, but 22 meters of radius for gaze is absolutely fantastic. And then you factor in using something like the Panthera Prime, which with a ribbon or even without a ribbon is pretty damn strong. Then you use his one, which essentially makes little mag bubbles around enemies so all the projectiles hit them. Plus, you have his two constantly doing damage, around 13,000 damage per shot when they have no armor. And the fact that he can't really be hit. Yeah, Xaku is kind of a beast. Um, it took me a while to configure this build, but it's quite a lot of fun. But it is pretty risky because Xaku doesn't dodge everything. He only has a 75% chance to dodge. While that is rather high, you will still probably get hit every now and then. So, in the back of my mind, I should replace his one with pillage, just for that added layer of survivability, right? It would help out a lot. But at the same time, if I do that, I will not be able to use his one, which is actually a very powerful ability, especially when used with projectile weapons like the Panthera Prime or any other projectile weapon that hits really freaking hard. Because again, it makes all the projectiles hit the target. I don't care that you can't really get headshots. Well, yes, you can if you use something like the Zymos. The Zymos works pretty well with Xaku. But it doesn't really matter because the Panthera Prime, if all the saw blades hit the target consistently, it's going to destroy the target and everything around it. I mean, you won't get the explosion that Mag gets, but that'd be a bit much. If that's how Zaku's one worked, that'd be a bit much. Let's be real. He doesn't need miniature mag bubbles that are literally mag bubbles. Because if you know anything about mag, her freaking 2 is really amazingly powerful. Anyway, so this Xaku build works extremely well in Steel Path. It works well in every place. The only problem, I don't really have much opportunity to use his 3 other than Survival Steel Path. But honestly, in normal missions, you don't need it because the guns that you use with his 2 are probably just going to kill the enemies, and they also target Demolists. Um, and his 1 actually boosts their damage, so remember that, and all that good stuff. I don't know if they can proc Void Bubbles. They might be able to. I'm not exactly sure on that, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. I always thought Xaku was a cool frame, but his build to me, it was a bit awkward at first until, well, very recently, I put another forma into him, which was probably unnecessary, and I decided to try a more power strength oriented build. Now, here's the build 90% efficiency. I really would like it higher, and I would like the range higher, but you can only do so much. I couldn't have, a shit ton of range and efficiency with a lot of power strength. It just doesn't work like that. Maybe if I drop duration, but at the same time, I don't want to do that because his 4 lasts only 30 seconds with this build. But 30 seconds is enough time to regain enough energy to do it again. So, I think it's completely fine. So I know Sevagoth is the new kid on the block, but I've been having more fun with Xaku. Uh, I don't know. Xaku works really damn well in basically any scenario against any faction. Uh, the only problem is if you don't dodge. you can get hurt pretty bad, and toxin clouds can be a problem, but that's just, it's sort of a risky thing to do. As a Xaku player, you are taking risks. You're gambling with your life, but it's completely fine. I do wish Xaku had a higher dodge chance, or he had some damage reduction on top of the dodge chance against everything. Even if it was only like 60% damage reduction, that would be a huge help. But as is, right now, Xaku is a fuck ton of fun to play in Steel Path. And he's also a lot of fun to play in basically everywhere else. Anyway, Xaku's real cool. I've always liked him, but I've just been having too much damn fun with him. So, I hope you found this video enjoyable. I hope you found this build cool. There could be a few things I could do to it, but as is, I think it's great. And Xaku's one is actually pretty freaking awesome. So thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, in Trilby, we trust.